everybody? We're back, and I'm playing this game again because it was fun. I'll resume where I left off. I'm gonna power wash some stuff, and I'm going to talk. I'm gonna drink from a big jug of water that I have off screen. Okay, I forgot how the game works. Oops. Alright, that's how it turns the thing. This is like that. C makes it so people don't throw up. How do I change the nozzle? That's how I change the nozzle. Alright. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's power wash. Let's wash some power some wash. Is that a cat? Hello, cat. Hello, cat up there. Hello, up there, cat. Whoa. Look how filthy this is. How do I, there we go. There we go. Yes. Yes. Should we do the roof? Should we do the roof? I'm so excited to start cleaning again. Yeah, I actually found this kind of relaxing and kind of, what's the word? Meditative? It felt good to play this game. So I'm going to do it again, and I don't know how much I'm going to do it, but I don't know, I enjoyed it, so this is what we're doing. Let's make that a little lower. There we go. There we go. There we go. Maybe we should try, yeah, maybe we should try one of these. E. Cleaning with liquid. Multi-purpose cleaner. Sure. E. Okay. 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 Boop. 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 Alright, so anyway, let's talk about shit. What happened to me since the last time? Not much. It's been fucking... The weather has been like bouncing between freezing and 60 degrees, so that's that's been interesting. Work's doing okay. Getting my apartment together. Have I seen anything? Yes, I've seen stuff. I saw Trigun Stampede. Let's talk about that. So Trigun Stampede is a new... Oh, that's it? Oh, that sucks. That was so quick. Trigun Stampede is a new, how do you say it? It's a remake? It's not really a remake. How do I rotate? There we go. Trigun Stampede is like a new, I guess it is a remake. It's a retelling of the Trigun anime, or retelling of the Trigun story. A new Trigun? How the fuck do you say this? Because it's not really meant to be a remake, I don't think. I don't know. It's a new Trigun anime. It's in 3D. This is actually harder to concentrate. I don't know why this time. I guess I'll get used to it. But I was watching Trigun Stampede. There's only one episode out so far. And I've seen it, and I have thoughts. Thought number one, so when the trailer came out, you know, you could see that it was going to be a 3D animated or 3D CG anime or whatever you call it, like Berserk, or can't think of another one because I always avoid them. Jesus Christ, my fucking brain is not working. Last time went way better. Maybe because I'm trying to remember how to fucking do this correctly. Kind of want to start all over again, but I can't. It's already done. This house is already cleaner than I left it. So let's just march on. So Trigun Stampede is a 3D CG anime. You know, it's not 2D. It's not animated by. Oh, I mean, it might be animated by hand, but not like hand drawn cells like the old one, of course. So I, you know, I like 2D stuff. I don't mind 3D if it looks awesome. But a lot of times, how do I crouch? Crouch, crouch. Oops, crouch. Nope. Control. There it is. I don't mind 3D stuff if it looks good, but the most of the time it does not look good. You know, Berserk. I watched all the Berserk movies that have that 3D aesthetic. And you know, the visuals were not good in those movies. They just weren't. You know, but Trigun Stampede visually, good stuff, I would say. Didn't have any problems with the visuals in Trigun Stampede. There are parts of the anime where it's like the frame rate, I guess you could say, like goes down a lot, and it looks wonky. It doesn't look great. So there are parts of it where it does not look good. Mostly like if nothing's going on, like mostly when the characters are just talking, you'll notice these kind of drops in quality of the animation, and it does kind of pull you out of it because you're like, ugh, right? But I guess 2D has the same kind of stuff, like when their lip flaps are not like when they're just talking and stuff like that, it'll just be like the lips moving, and it won't be too much animation going on sometimes in old 2D anime. So I guess this is like the equivalent of that, right? So, and it's not all the time. You know, it's just in certain scenes where characters are talking. I do notice that it pulls me out of the experience a little bit more with 3D stuff. I don't know why. I guess it's just like way more noticeable that the frames are dropping, or like the characters are like moving kind of choppy in like a weird way. I don't know why it's more prevalent or more noticeable in 3D, but it super is to me. So there's like sections where that happens. But then there's also sections where, like, I don't want to say budget because I've been led to believe that that's like an incorrect way to describe this, but like shit gets ramped up, and the production values or production effort, I don't know, I gotta figure out a better way to say this because I don't want to I'm not part of this industry. I don't understand how things work, but I don't want to like be wrong about how I'm explaining things. But there's scenes where like all of a sudden the animation kicks into high gear, and those scenes look great. Like it's awesome 2D animation or 3D animation, and it's really good, really entertaining visually. You know, like what's going on is really cool to look at. I kind of like Vesh has like a redesign. I like his redesign. He looks pretty cool. I think it's good for like a news story of Trigun, because honestly, like the old cartoon, it's not perfect, but it's really, really good, and I don't feel like it needs to be remade. So if they're gonna do Trigun again, I don't mind them like taking the old characters and just doing a new story with them. I think that would be the best way to do it. I don't know if that's what they're doing. I mean, how do I say this? Like, things are very different in this version than the old version. Well, let me think. How do I go about this? So we're talking about the visuals. So yeah, the 3D visuals, like, they get really good. So there's points where it's like super bad, and there's points where it just gets really, really good when the action happens. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, so we'll talk about the visuals, we'll talk about the character designs. Vash looks cool as a new Vash. There's parts about him that I don't like his arm is very clearly a robotic arm, like it's just front and center, this arm is fake, right? Like you could tell just by looking at him. Which again, like if it's the old story, that sucks, but like if they're doing just a new story, that's completely fine. You know, like I don't mind. You know, I don't mind that you don't actually know that he's got like a fake arm right away. You know, because I think part of the old story was like the mystery of Vash the Stampede. Like at first, like we kind of know that it's got to be him, right? Because of the the opening credits and stuff like that. It's him. But the girls like Millie and Meryl, they don't know it's him. And I really, really like that part of the old anime. I think it's cute. Because the girls are not sure that it's him, and then they're like, they witness him do some crazy things, and then Millie is like super certain that it's him, and Meryl's like, no, it can't be him, right? Because we're looking for like this, this crazy, dangerous dude, and this guy is not, crazy or dangerous or whatever. But Millie, she's like super certain right away. I love that. I love those. I think it's like 4 episodes or 5 episodes. At the beginning of Trigun, like sometimes I'll just watch them. They're like a comfort show, like just those episodes where they're trying to find Vash the Stampede, and he's just being an idiot, and they don't know if it's him or not. I love the little wacky adventures at the beginning of Trigun, right? This show doesn't seem to be going that route, and in the first episode, we're told like who he is, and Meryl finds out right away who he is. So the mystery part is gone of that, and bringing it back to the visuals, like you can see Vash has a fucked up arm like right away. So okay, like I visually I'm okay with it. If the way he looks is going to be telling a different story than last time, that's fine. I can deal, and it's a cool design for like a new telling. Meryl looks good. She doesn't have her cape. She just kind of looks like it does look like her. You can tell who it is. She is missing the cape. So like her old design was like meant to hide her derringers. She used to carry these self-defense guns, but she would carry like a bunch of them in like a cape that she wore. I don't know if she does that in this. I don't know if she's a fighter, if she's just like a insurance agent in this one. In the old show, they're kind of, I think they're bounty hunters, ex-bounty hunters that, maybe not bounty hunters. I think it is, maybe it is bounty hunters, but then they become insurance agents, and they work for Bernard Daily Insurance, and they're trying to find Vash the Stampede because he's a liability. So what was I gonna say? So I don't know if they're going with like that she's like this ex-bounty hunter, or whatever the hell she was. They don't explicitly say it, but they just like, in one episode they say you can call me Derringer Merrill and Stun Gun Millie, and it seems like they have like these nicknames from like their old bounty hunting days, but it's never explicitly stated that that's exactly that's what that is what's happening. You know, they might have just made the names up on the fly or whatever. But it seems like they have some sort of experience with, like, you know, combat and catching bounties or something like that. I think they sneak up on the bad lads and fool them and stuff like that. And they're not afraid to take on, like, you know, villains and shit. So I don't know if they're doing away with that. So Meryl's design doesn't have anything that really she can hide a bunch of guns in anymore. Not a bunch anyway. She might be armed. I just don't know. Or she just might be like an insurance agent. Or honestly, is she an insurance agent? She might be like a reporter or something in this one. That is possible. I don't know. I don't know if I missed that part. Maybe it was like maybe she is something different. Tab shows me the dirt, right? Yeah. I see you, dirt. Destroy it. Destroy it all. Oh, there's a bunch all over the place. Hmm. The wide one. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they're changing that up. Is that not working? Just like spritzing it. What's happening here? Okay, there we go. This is not great. Oh, this is different. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Meryl. I don't know what she's gonna be doing. But her design is quite a bit different. But you can still tell it's her. You know, she's still got like the white clothes and she's pretty obviously Meryl Strife. Millie has been redesigned pretty heavily, where she is now a man, a completely uninteresting looking dude that sucks. I don't know why they got rid of Millie Thompson. I'm hoping that they did not, and this is all some sort of mistake. I really fucked this up. Look at this. Look at these little spots. But yeah, but Millie Thompson is MIA. I really hope that they meet her later in the series. She's like the best character. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand how they can get rid of Millie. Like, she's such a good character. Like, she's the one who figures out who he is. She's like the anchor, like, that holds Meryl's sanity together. She's like the, you know, like the little sister of the group, you know, like the like the more innocent one, but also like the intuition, like the one who's kind of like right about stuff. I can't believe how many spots I missed. The fuck? What's happening here? I want a refund. Fucking this thing. Missing spots. I'm missing spots everywhere. What is this, governor? I don't think this is gonna actually remove anything. No, it's not gonna remove shit. Yeah. So how can they fucking just dump Millie? Like that sucks so bad. Like, that they would even dare to just remove Millie. I'm sure I'm sure Wolfwood will be in it. It's interesting that they don't that they didn't introduce him in the first episode, because I feel like whenever they remake series like this, you know, it's like they can't stop themselves from just being like, oh, here's all the characters right away. There's no build up. There's no like getting to know them one by one. It's just like, here they all are. Let's do stuff. Which, you know, and that's exactly like, that's what the first episode is, and that's like why so far, like, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this series. It could change, but like the visuals were not bad. Like, I was expecting I wasn't gonna like the 3D. All right, I'm gonna jump down off this roof because it seems like no matter how hard I try, I can't finish it. Maybe I have to get it from underneath. I was worried about the visuals being a problem. They're not, but what is a problem is like the pacing of the first episode and the writing. Like how do I say? Okay, yeah, good. This is part of the roof that needs to be cleaned. So like the pacing is like super awful. It's like it starts out and it just tells you Vash's backstory, straight up in your face, and then it's just like there's no mystery about him. There's nothing. It's just like, this is Vash the Stampede. Like he was part of the seed group. There was Rem Serum. He's got a brother, and it's like moving at a clip. Like it's like flying along, and you're like, whoa, calm down. Like I know the whole story already, but like somebody who's not seen the original might be like, what's going on? What is this? I mean, it might just be for the first episode that they want to make sure all the information is there. But like, I couldn't stop thinking like, yo, guys, take your time. Like, you have however long you have to tell this story. Like, relax. It's just like flying along, throwing information at your face. Oops. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I felt like it was moving at too fast a pace. You know, I mean, I guess anybody who doesn't know who Vash is, now they know who he is. Like all of it. They don't know that he's like, that he doesn't kill people. They don't know, what do you call? He's not like mysterious at all. Like, he's got a bounty, but then, so this is not a pacing issue. This is like a writing issue. He's got this crazy huge bounty, but he's just like, he's already saved like a town. Like, no one's afraid of him. They walk into this town and everybody's like so happy to see him and stuff like that. No one's trying to get his bounty. I think his bounty is less. I think it's like 60 million instead of 60 billion double dollars. I'm not even sure if it's double dollars. It just might just be $60 million. Which, you know, I know, like, probably one of the criticisms. How do I grab this? I bet one of the criticisms of the original is like, all these towns look super poor. Why? Like, who would pay this incredibly crazy bounty? I bet that that's like a criticism of the original, and I bet that's why they changed it. So I don't know. I mean, like, you know, there's like certain things in the old show are like ridiculous. But I don't know. I the show never took itself super seriously, so it kind of was okay. And I don't know, they kind of walked the line between like something cool happening, something silly happening, and something like completely ridiculous happening. I don't know how they handled it, but they handled it super well in the original series. And it never felt like crazy. Like there's maybe a few moments where if you watch it now, you're like, all right, that's silly. It doesn't make any sense. But there's not too many. Like there's characters that are huge and weird, but it's just kind of established. Like that's the kind of characters that inhabit this planet, you know? Like these are the kinds of weirdos that you're going to run into, like these huge cyborg guys. And it's never really explained like how it's possible. But you just kind of figured that some people are like cyborgs and some people are these weird mutant-y people. And you just kind of get it. Like, you're just kind of like, okay, this is what's walking around on this planet. I don't know if this series is going to do that because I don't know. They're just like people are acting weird. Like Millie finds Vash, and immediately they're told like that he's got this big bounty on his head. Not Millie. Meryl. Meryl finds him. Millie doesn't exist. Yet. I hope she shows. I hope she shows up later. Bleh. But she finds him. He's like tied up next to a bunch of corpses, which is also like weird. Like, why would he leave himself tied up? He's shown later that he can get out of like ropes and stuff like that. So that doesn't make any sense. And then these police of the area show up and they say like, hey, we're looking for this wanted guy. And Meryl doesn't know him at all. I can't get over that they took Millie up. Meryl doesn't know him at all, but she like protects him. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't know if he's actually like an evil dude. Like he's strung up next to a bunch of corpses, and she just kind of like protects him. And I'm just like, well, why is she doing that? Like, why does she trust that he's okay? Like that he's totally chill. It doesn't make any sense, you know? Like she hasn't like in the original show, she spends time with him and realizes he's like kind of a goof, so she doesn't think he's dangerous. And then if she spends more time, like she realizes he's a decent human being. Or, you know, more than a decent human being, he's like a hero. But in this show, it's just like she protects him like right away. And there's like, she has no reason to do that. Like she just met the guy. I don't know. It's just really dumb. Like, you know, to me, that's like more ridiculous than any of the like weird, crazy characters that the show throws at you, like that the original show throws at you. Just the fact that she just immediately like, oh, I'm gonna protect this guy, who's like on this bounty thing, for no fucking reason. Like, it's like she read the script and she was like, oh, he's good. Like, you know, he's fine. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And they had like a chance to do like this really interesting kind of introduction again, like do it over. You know, because the way they're introduced in the original show, like it's you know, there's a mix-up. Like they don't know who the real Vash the Stampede is. Like it's interesting. Like there's comedy involved. Vash saves them, you know, like from getting hurt by these bounty hunter guys who end up being scumbags. And this show has like none of that. It has none of that like weird charm. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they were just like, no, we're not doing that. This time will be different. Am I cleaning this fucking thing correctly? No, yeah, none of that's clean. Okay. What am I on top of? I'm on top of the bush. This will figure it. No. It's not. Oh, the bush ended. Wait. Okay, let's see. Blow that shit away. Yeah, it's like all of the charm of the first episode of the original series is gone in this series. Characters are making decisions that don't make any sense. My hope is that they just want to get everything set up so that they can move on and start doing fun stuff right away. Like maybe that's, why it's like there's no build up or anything. It's just like, this is Vash, this is Meryl, this is fucking Mustache Man. I have to be super precise with this, and I don't like it. Okay, get this. The fact that this roof isn't done yet is kind of driving me insane. Come on, roof. Be done. Oh, this counts as the roof as well. There we go. Got it. Okay, cool. F. Right in. Right. I can't. Okay. Oh, I can do like this. No, that's terrible. Yeah, so they're just kind of like moving ahead. I'm hoping that it's to. I don't know. I'm hoping that it's that, so that they can move the story along. Also, I'm watching it in Japanese, like the original Trigun I watched in English. Johnny Young Bosch was like amazing as Vash the Stampede. They don't have an English version out yet. I don't know if Bosch has been contacted or is going to be the Stampede again. I don't mind if he's not, because I'm kind of looking at this. Like, I'm comparing it to the first series a lot, but, like, I'm okay if it just goes in a completely different direction. But it seems to, like, not be going in that much of a completely different direction. Like, he's still an outlaw. There's still Meryl Strife, insurance lady, or investigation lady. Oh, no, yeah. I think she actually is a reporter. Because I think she wants, like, an exclusive with him. So I guess it is different. So, I'm okay with that, but it's just, like, it's different, but it's also different, like, bad, like, it's also different, like, not, like, I'm hoping episode 2 has a hook, has something that'll, like, pull me in and make me happy to be watching, because episode 1 did not. Episode 1 just made me yearn for, like, the good old days. I'm gonna have to do this. So yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I don't even know the dude's name that replaced Millie, but he's got like nothing going on at all. Boring as hell. No charm. Maybe he'll grow on me. But like, it's not like I'm not shitting on it because it's different from the original. Like, I'm shitting on it because it's worse than the original. You know what I mean? Like, if it was different but like super entertaining and super good, like, I'd be fine with it, but it's just like not great. Like it just nothing was pulling me in. I thought the pacing was like poor. It's jumping between the it goes from the past like into like this non-interesting adventure where we're introduced to Vash or whatever. I don't know. It just wasn't great at all. Like he's in a duel, but he doesn't bring any bullets to the duel. He doesn't use the like I was thinking like, oh, maybe his gun is broken because in the original like his gun isn't working. So maybe he'll use the other guy's gun because the other guy like kind of throws away his gun that he's in the duel with so that he can pull out a rocket launcher that he shouldn't have had. Like he pulls it out of his butt basically. I don't know. Like the characters, they like in the original, like the characters had always acted kind of silly and stuff like that, but their silly eccentricities like always kind of were just limited to the way they talk and stuff like that. And it wasn't like I don't know. It wasn't. I was never like. How do I say it? It always made sense for like the characters, like whenever dumb shit happened. But it's like the policeman who's like looking for Vash finally finds him and goes to arrest him. They get him, and then the guy who replaced Millie is like, "Oh, why don't you duel him? Or we'll write a story about how you're cowards." And it's like, why wouldn't he just... He's got 60 million or 60 billion, whatever it is. Like, just take it and leave. Who cares about the story? But he does it, I guess. Let's say he's got, like, a lot of pride and he really super cares about the story. But then he, like, cheats in the duel. It doesn't make sense. Like, what is your motivation? Do you care what people think? Do you not care what people think? If you don't care what people think because you're going to launch a missile and it's going to kill, like, destroy the whole town, like, why didn't you just, like, take him away in the first place? Like, why are you actually going through with the duel? You know what I mean? Like, they don't make sense. The characters don't make sense. Like, they what people do, like, the writing and the pacing of the show is awful. The writing of like the old show was never like super crazy strong, but like you got like what was going on, things made sense to the characters, there were silly moments, but they were never like how do I say it, like things that were threatening were still threatening. Like some of the dialogue was silly and stuff like that, but you still felt like a dangerous person was still a dangerous person, and like hidden guns like were hidden within Meryl had guns hidden in her under her cape. Millie had a gun hidden in her what do you call? Like she would wear like this cloth, like this draped cloth overcoat, and she would hide this huge stun gun in there. That was a little silly. But it was like established in the first episode that like she's carrying it around in there, and the sling breaks and you see it fall out and smash a table and hit somebody's face. And it's not like it just appears out of nowhere. It's like she is carrying it around in the story. Like it might be that it appears out of nowhere, because it's ridiculous that she's carrying it. But they make it kind of like you kind of forgive it. But in this show, like this guy who challenges Vash to a duel, he just pulls out like a rocket launcher, and the gun actually like appears. Like you could kind of see it like just appear on his back. Like 1 second it's there, and then 1 second he's got like a huge rocket launcher, and it shoots like a cluster missile. And I'm like, why is this so ridiculous? Like, like I don't feel like there's a threat here. And you could tell like what Vash is gonna do immediately, like if you know like the whole thing. But I don't know. It didn't capture that old like I don't know. It just didn't capture. It wasn't fun. It wasn't like cool to me. I don't know. Like the feelings were off to the whole thing. I don't know. I don't think it's because I'm just like an old like, oh, you just can't move on from the old stuff. It's like, no, it's like the old stuff, like there was a reason that it worked. Like they did things right. Like the movie that they made, Badlands Rumble, like that felt more like Trigun, but it also like there was a lot of things that just weren't great about it. Like I feel like it was better than this. Like, and you did feel like you were watching Vash the Stampede again, like the same character. But this, you know, but even that, like, there were things about it that were just, I don't know, didn't sit well. This, yeah, I don't know about this. I'm gonna give episode 2 a try to see, like, if I care. Like, maybe episode 2 will be a little bit better. Because they've established who everybody is already, so maybe they don't have to worry about that. And we'll see if... Oh, I don't like that. That was too... that dinged way too easy. Way too quick. Well, I guess we'll go from there. Woo! That was a big one. So I'm gonna check out episode 2. I believe it'll be next week when that drops, and then go from there. Whether I like it or not, I might wait. If I really enjoy episode 2 and I'm like, oh, okay, this is like, I see what they're going with this, or where they're going, or like if it turns around, my opinion, then I will what do you call? Then I'll maybe watch it week to week. If not, then I'll just wait until the whole thing's over and maybe skim through it or something like that. But yeah, Trigun Stampede so far, the visuals are like the thing I was worried about, and they're the best thing about it. Yeah. Kind of a shame. But who knows? I mean, it's not like the whole series is done yet. Let's see. What else have I seen? I talked a lot about that. I care a lot about Trigun. That is a great show and might have shaped who I am as a human being. You know, a lot of my, like, try to do the right thing shit might have come from Trigun. There's a lot of, like, I don't know if the lessons is the right word, but there's a lot of, like, things they talk about in that show where it's like, oh, I can either like there's a moment where it's like this guy is trying to figure out, like, there's a situation where he has to choose who will die, right? It's either a group of people or 2 people. You know what I mean? Like, so this group of people is not gonna, it's like that trolley like thing where it's like, all right, there's one person on the train tracks, you know, and there's a bunch of other people tied together, like, you know, what do you do kind of thing. And this guy is like, well, you clearly save the most lives you can, right? Like, obviously that's what you have to do. And he's going to like kill the 2 people, but he can't do it. And you know, he's about to do it, and then Vash comes along and shows that there's like a third option that hadn't been considered. And I really love that, like, because I do feel like in real life it's never like black and white, like decisions. And I actually wish that video games would take note of this, because there's a lot of video games that have like morality systems, or they have decisions that you can make in the game. And the decisions are always like so black and white. I actually stopped playing Skyrim because I was sick of like, oh, you can do it this way or you can do it this way, and both like have these consequences, right? I was like, yeah, but like in real life, like you could, there's usually a third solution. Like there's a way you can solve the problem that other people haven't thought of, that it might not like be perfect, like it might not like just solve everything, you know, and be you know, no-brainer, or like, oh, this is the choice, this is what you should do. But there's always like, you know, I feel like, oh, if you put more time into thinking about a situation, you can find a path less traveled, or you can find like it's like Legacy of Kain, when you know, Kain is making a metaphor about like flipping a coin. It's like, if it lands heads, you know, you have this thing that happens. If it lands tails, you have this thing that happens. And Raziel is like, yeah, so you say it yourself. There's only two sides to the coin. And then Kain says, apparently, but what if you flip a coin enough times, finally it lands on its edge, right? And he's saying like, sometimes there's a solution that's not like so obvious, but it is there. And I kind of really love that about Legacy of Kain, or I love that speech in particular during Legacy. I love Legacy of Kain, but I love that speech in particular. And I love that idea of like, yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes there's a solution that not everybody's thought of, and that's like the best solution for all the parties involved or whatever. And I think that's true in real life. There's compromise. It's not always just white or black, left or right, whatever. Not always, you know, sometimes one side is clearly correct. I don't want people to be like, you know, well, you know, I don't know. I can't think of an example, but like sometimes like there's just good and evils. That you know, there are definitely situations where it's like one side is just a fucked up, you know, fucked up crazy people trying to make decisions on other people's lives. That happens too. But sometimes like you know, you're given this solution, or you're given these problems where it's like A or B, and it's like, no, wait, hold on. Let's think. Let's use our brains for a second. C, like, you know, I like that a lot. And Trigun, that's one of the things that they talk about. All right, I think that's enough. That's enough talk. How long did I just talk about Trigun? How long has it been? I think I just talked about Trigun for an hour. Holy shit. Fuck. Alright, I also saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is a movie about the multiverse, and it's also about depression, and it's about coming to terms with who you are as a person, and about family, and it's... Alright. I only saw this movie once. I think I need a rewatch. I think this is a rewatch situation. I did enjoy it. I was emotionally invested in the movie. I do think it has some flaws. I'm gonna put that there. I do think it has some flaws. Alright, flaw number one. This is the first flaw that I ran into. The movie is... it's... The characters are Chinese immigrants. So it's... Ow, oof, oh, ah. Oh, my leg. Okay. The characters are Chinese immigrants, so it switches between Chinese and English, like back and forth constantly throughout the entire movie. I think there's a certain point where they start speaking English, like... more. Like they start favoring English after a certain point. But like sometimes when they're explaining stuff or when they're talking, like they're switching back and forth between English and Chinese. So I have to like go from like listening to them to like reading the subtitles like back and forth. And I'm just like, like this is hard. Like I want just pick one. And it's like sometimes it's like when they're explaining like the rules of what's going on. So that bugged me. Although the movie, it doesn't take itself seriously, because it's like a comedy movie as well. It's doing a bunch of things all at once. It is everything everywhere all at once. But I actually I think that's like another issue I have with it is. Okay. Wow, I have long arms. Okay. Put that there. Jump. Okay. So yeah, so like at the beginning they're moving back and forth between Chinese and English, and it's just hard to follow what the people are saying and what's going on. I like the characters a lot. I think the mom and the dad are how do you say? I think they're great characters. They're very charming. Like the dad's like a super sweet dude. And the mom is just like really fed up with her life. Like she's just like just tired of dealing with like life, because she's like the grounded one, the one who's trying to make things happen, but she's also like doesn't want to be, like she's tired of doing that. Which is like super understandable. But I enjoy both those actors immensely in this movie. I don't actually know their names, but I'm sure I've seen them in other stuff. But in this movie, they're very charming, and they act out a very good family unit. The daughter, I felt like could have used more. Like you see her, like what her issues are, or like what, like you see that kind of the stuff that she's going through. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna make her. She gets like possessed by the villain of this movie, and I believe that like if we had more time to get used to her before that happened, it would have been better. Posts. Oh. Oops, I'm hitting all the buttons wrong. I haven't played a game on keyboard in so long. But yeah, I feel like if the daughter like had like more of an introduction, or if we spent more time with her, we'd kind of posts times 3 in the gutter. Oh, there's a post. There's a dirty post. Yeah, I just feel like it would have been better if we spent more time with the daughter, just to get to know her, who she is, and like, because there comes a point where she's not really herself, or she becomes like a, how do I say it? She becomes like the antagonist of the movie, but it's like a little bit different. Like her character becomes a little bit different than what she actually is, than the daughter's character. And I just wish we got to see the daughter's character a little bit more before that happened. Now I gotta go back up on top, just so we can be like, oh, okay, this is who she is. This is the problems she's dealing with, and then we could see like the metaphorical gutter. Which gutter? This gutter. And then we could kind of like understand the metaphor characters stuff better. Yay! I did it! I did it! I did it! I'm not gonna spray this cat. Fuck you, volcano! All right. Look at me. Look at me cleaning. Why is this game so enjoyable? It's fucking weird. I kind of hate it. Power washers. Give me a big old one. How many stars do I have? I have 20 stars. Get me the medium duty power washer. Yeah. Yes. No, don't do that. Give me water, because I'm going to die. Oh, God. Okay. Alright, so I got to buy these, right? Turbo not spinning, 0 degree nozzle, increasing the air, pressure. Yeah. Pro short extension, new. Okay. Pro long extension. Oh, it's 600. Alright, well, I can't get any of the extensions, but I do have a new power washer. Okay, cool. Oh, I guess I'll buy one of these. And some more of these. This, I guess. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's go back. Okay. And I guess we'll start the playground. Yeah. C, F, pick up place, R, rotate nozzle, refill. Okay. Alright, so, yeah, so, like, if you had, if we got to know the daughter a little bit more, I think it would have been, wait, what is happening? What is happening? Power washer, the medium one, yeah. Yeah, oh, no. Nozzle. This one, I guess, is fine. Let's do it. Oh, yes. Oh, ooh. Okay. So yeah, if we would have gotten to know her character a little bit better, I think the dad is okay, because I think the dad, like the mom, the grandpa, like I think he's fine, because we kind of get to know who he is between, like, through the mom's like flashbacks, which is kind of like, that's kind of like the mystery of what's going on. I mean, you can argue that the daughter is the mystery too, but like, there's two like different versions of her, and I wish we just had gotten to know one of the versions a little bit better. Another thing with this story is like it doesn't take itself seriously, but I feel like the serious moments are the best parts of it, and I feel like the comedy, for me at least, doesn't like hit all the time. It was like one or two jokes, and I can't honestly remember what they were, that had me laugh. Like, and I'm not shitting on it, because I was never offended, or like, I was never like, oh, these suck, you know? Like, it's just silliness, and it's fine. Like, it's not offensive or anything like that to me. Like, they're trying to make a silly, like, lighthearted movie, and also talk about some like heavy stuff, and I feel like they do a cool job, and it's fine. But all right, I'm gonna go out. Holy shit. It's a little intimidating how much crime there is. I'm gonna work my way around. But yeah, how do I say it? The I don't know, the comedy, I just wasn't, you know, I think some of the parts that made me laugh, like, it's supposed to be comedy, but it wasn't comedy that they were super trying at. It was just like certain little silly situations or character reactions to things. or like the mom like blowing people off, stuff like that. Like the more like grounded stuff was the stuff that actually made me laugh. The more extreme stuff that's like super trying to be silly and be a joke didn't hit for me as well. But it's fine. Like it's fine to make like a movie that is comedic or just a silly movie that also has a message. But I feel like the serious parts of the movie were the best parts of the movie, and I just wish it was a little bit more serious. And it doesn't. I don't know. They could have just. I feel like there's parts where they're kind of telling you like what the point of the movie is. Like the main character is just kind of figuring it out, and she's saying it. I don't know. I feel like that could have been more like show don't tell kind of thing. But it's fine. Like it's not offensive. There's action scenes, but it's not like an action movie. Like there are some good martial arts scenes that are lots of fun. But don't like if you're watching it for martial arts, like this is not the movie for you. This is not a martial arts movie. There's martial arts in it. It's not a martial arts movie. I don't even know what I would categorize it. It's just it's a good movie. Like it's trying to talk about some stuff. It's good. I'm not sure if it's great. Like I'm not sure. No, I thought I would probably like it a little bit more than I did. Not that I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I think if like the tone had just stayed a little bit more serious, I might have enjoyed it more. But it wasn't a bad movie at all. I think there's certain parts where it's like, I don't know, maybe the could have been rewritten, like maybe another once over with the writing staff would have been good. But again, it wasn't bad. Just like the ending, like was emotional. It was nice. It was sweet. But I don't know. I just wished it. Ooh. I just wished it did like a little bit more. But I'm not sure like exactly what I wanted, what I would have wanted. I don't know. But it's not a bad movie at all. I would suggest everybody check it out. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I think that's good for Karn Talks or Power Wash Simulator play. Maybe I can continue this next time. Yeah. Alright, I think we're good. So I talked about Trigun, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and I will see you guys next time. I don't know if I'm going to continue playing this. I probably will, because I'm enjoying this. It's fun. You can just like kind of chill out and just talk about stuff while also playing this weird game. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Take care, and happy 2023. Be good, be safe. Later.